Well, where do you buy your gold and silver from? Very important question. So many options. Buying from dealers, as I've done throughout my tenure, I've bought a lot of gold from dealers, is a great way to make sure that you're not going to get scammed. There are fakes out there. We found a fake recently in one of the coins that was sent in, one of these Morgan dollars. Ain't real. And it's very interesting to have this discussion about where to buy safely online and make sure that you're not getting scammed or defrauded by buying fake gold and silver. Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here, and welcome to another Precious Metal Ramble where we shoot the breeze about all things precious and shiny. Now, as a content creator on YouTube, I am always thinking of interesting topics to talk about. And one that caught my eye on the Inspiration tab on YouTube Studio, which is an interesting thing, are some top searches. It's actually not on here anymore. It was there a few days ago, but it was about where is the best place to buy gold and silver. My personal favorite here, how to invest in gold without buying gold. Maybe that's a topic for another time. But the topic of choice today is about where to buy gold and silver. And bullion dealers are most assuredly one of those best places to buy. Now, for us in the UK, silver being expensive from bullion dealers, probably best to avoid them for that. But certainly for gold, there are so many positives about buying from a dealer. And indeed, over my tenure of buying gold, I have bought from a number of different dealers. We've got a list of them here because not only have I bought from them, I'm actually going to be selling some gold to a dealer. Sort of. I'm going to be trading it out for sovereigns. So at the time of filming this video, this trade will already have been done, and I will... Sorry, at the time I released the video, maybe not time I'm filming it. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. These coins will have gone. I'd have sold them to Atkinsons. Now, Atkinsons are not sponsoring this video. They don't even know that I'm maybe even talking about it. I mean, it's just a fact of life. I'm selling a bunch of my gold to them and I'm trading it up for sovereigns. I want sovereigns. I'll talk a bit more about why I'm doing that in another video. But what I want to say is that a dealer is a great place to buy your gold and silver. The added layers of protection that you can get from that are fantastic. You can buy from third parties, but as I'll prove in a moment with one of these two coins, there are fakes out there. And a lot of people can be put off for life from buying gold and silver privately on the third market because of potential fakes out there. So I want to talk today about the benefits of going to a dealer and some of the negatives, because it's not all cherries and butterflies and whistles and unicorns. Is that even a saying? I don't think it is, but I make things up. That's what I do. And we're just going to tell you the honest truth about what's good and what's not so good. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section as we go throughout the video. It'd be great to hear from you. And if you would like to have a guess as to which of these Morgan dollars you think is fake, because one of them is, and we had it come in through our buyers club. And I think it's very important to talk about fakes and how to spot them and how to find them and how to test for them if you are looking to get into precious metals. Because yes, dealers are great and you get that security from them, but the fact is that you're paying a premium for that security. So you can buy cheaper from places like our buyers club or from the Silver Forum. I've bought some gold from the Silver Forum here. Look, this one here, £940. And interestingly enough, when I did a video the other day, I had this coin out there and it's got a slightly different look to it in terms of the gold. In fact, let me get one of the other Britannias out. Yes, here we go. So you can see that there's a slightly different kind of tinge to the gold. Perhaps the camera's not really taking it as well, but I had a comment from someone saying it was fake or it looked suspicious and maybe it would be fake. So bought from the Silver Forum, maybe it is. And I didn't have my Sigma at the time. As I'm selling it to a dealer tomorrow in filming world, not video release world, I thought it would be good to show it here. So I'm going to test it right now and we're going to see if it is in fact real. It is a Britannia gold, but it is not. Here we go, Gold Britannia 2013 to present. So let's use that setting. It's 1 ounce. Let's pop it under there and see. And there we go, it's green. So you can get gold from a non-dealer source without it being fake and without being scammed, for sure. But you're paying that premium if you're getting it from a dealer. Now, in terms of why the trade is happening through a dealer and why I'm not just selling the gold and going, is because dealers offer what I like to think is not a public service, but a very good service to do that exchange. I want to buy a bunch of sovereigns, but I don't want to spend a bunch of money buying that bunch of sovereigns. So I want to trade out what I've got here and get it in. And I want to lock it in when the price is at the right level. I don't want to have it fluctuating around, you know, it's just not for me. So having dealt with Atkinson's as a customer for a very long time, you see I've bought a lot of their gold, or a lot of this gold from them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think, just on this, yeah, 5 out of the 10. So 50% of the gold that I've, well no, hang on, there's 9 coins, 9 ounces of gold. But you get my point. There's a lot there that I bought from Atkinson's. They've always been a really good dealer, and they offer a fantastic down-to-earth service. Now, there are bad dealers out there. I'm not going to name and shame a bad dealer, but there are definitely dealers out there that are not good. And you need to pick the right one for what is right for you. And it still staggers me to this day that there are a lot of people out there who will look to buy, you know, an ounce of gold from Atkinson's, and they'll go, okay, Atkinson's are X price, and then they'll find joeblogsbulliondealer.com, random. That's even worse than buying off someone off the silver forum, in my opinion, because you just don't know anything about them. And they're £1 cheaper or £5 cheaper. And people wish to save that money. And I get why they want a deal, but they just, yeah, it's a weird one. Why you would risk so much over so little of a saving, I don't know. So more on the exchange for sovereigns in due course. I will be doing a video all about that when I get them. Come on, camera, you can focus on these. But back to the point in question about where to buy online and be safe, because there are fakes out there. So these came in from a seller through our Backyard Bullion Buyers Club. And I test every single piece. Every single piece of silver that comes in through the Buyers Club is tested. And if I'm not confident using my own knowledge, skills, and equipment like the Sigma, then it ain't gonna get sold. And one of these is fake. It came through. And at first glance, they look pretty good, similar, like right size, absolutely fine there. You know, 2 nice coins. You even do a ping test on that, and that resonates very nicely. But there is a different ping to that one. So I didn't actually do the ping test first. I just pop everything on the Sigma. The Sigma is an incredible machine. If you need to get one, then get one from Trusty Metrics. They're not sponsoring this video either, but they are an incredible company based in the UK. You can buy it in the UK. Really good, very good machine. Very expensive. You don't necessarily need it for just one coin like this, but the point is that you can get it. And I just whack every single coin I get on there onto the machine. And this one you can see, perfect, in the green, lovely. That doesn't definitively say that it's not fake. It could be faked and perfect silver, but a different year for a numismatic fraud. But then when I put the second one on, that is very much not real. So definitely something a bit suspect there. And that's when you do your extra tests. So for me, it was like the pings, for example, are slightly different. The weights are different. Whilst I don't have a weighing scale here, this one weighs 23 grams, this one weighs 26.7 grams, which is what it should weigh. The dimensions are the same. So what's happened here is somebody's baked this coin. They've not made it with silver. It's probably copper clad with silver. The actual person who sent this in to sell is wanting it back, rightly so. I don't know where he bought it from. He said that he definitely didn't buy it from a big bullion dealer. So whether he's bought it on the secondary market or not, I don't know. He'll have to deal with that himself, but you know, we've given him all the evidence that he needs from our perspective. But you know, it's a pretty good fake, and if you weren't testing every single piece that they come through, like this buyer that bought it, you could well have this in your stack and not know about it. Certainly if you buy a big batch of them, a big bag, and you don't test everything. So if you are buying from a dealer, you're paying for that security. You know, this coin would not have made its way through a dealer's vault and got to a customer. Hopefully anyway. Mistakes have happened and maybe might happen again in the future from various dealers, but generally speaking, you've got a very good degree of certainty. And if you can then trace back and actually say this was bought from a given dealer, then they'll, you know, be risking their entire reputation if they don't sort it out for you. You know, mistakes happen, human mistakes happen, we're all human, but you know, it's interesting. But from a education perspective, you know, if you're buying online, you're going to be buying from a dealer as your best first port of call. If you're buying silver from a dealer, just be careful because it's going to be expensive. So learn how to spot fakes. Learn how, when something comes in, you can see the differences here. I'd like to think, and I can't say without certainty because I use this machine as the first port of call. It's my first line of defense. If something doesn't work on there, then I know to investigate further. You know, it's an important lesson to be learned to try and recognize when things are not right. And this one, you can see that there are other things that are not right about it. There's a slight disformity of the rim around it. For example, as well, when we have a perfect alignment and you turn it around the other way, it's off center. You can see that's not perfectly lined up. So there are other ways to test than buying a £2,000 machine to test. But certainly your other option is to buy from a dealer. Things need to be tested online to make sure that they are if you're buying online, they need to be tested, and you need to understand the limitations of various different equipments and testing mechanisms that you can do. If you are looking to buy, though, there is no doubting that a dealer is one of the best places to buy. Dealers are good. There are good dealers and bad dealers. As I said, I'm not going to sit here and just tell you which are the really bad ones and that you should avoid them. There are plenty out there that are unscrupulous, that are just basically third-party bedroom dealers that will be there ultimately to scam people. And most often it's not that you're going to get a fake, it's that you're just not going to get what you've paid for. Ultimately, if you're buying from a big bullion dealer like Atkinson's or Chard's or whatever they might be, Blair Bullion's represented here as well, you're going to be just fine. So there we go, those are my thoughts on it. I'm going to be doing, as I said, the video about why I'm selling these 9 ounces of gold and trading out for sovereigns. I'll be doing all of that for probably the weekend, so if you want to see that video, then subscribe. Otherwise, that's it from me. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. As always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.